With this WVLI News Update, I'm Rob West, back with a look at today's news right after this.
Stay connected to your community, even on the go. The WVLI Podcast Network brings you 3 great local shows. The WVLI News Update keeps you informed. Kankakee Valley Community Happenings gets you ready for the weekend. And This One Time in Kankakee shares the incredible stories of our area. Find the WVLI Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com. The voices you trust beyond the dial.
A lawsuit's been filed in Kankakee Circuit Court by the Village of Manteno against 4 village trustees. The suit names trustees C.J. Boudreau, Annette Zimbelman, Todd Crockett, and Joel Geske as defendants in the case. Trustee Geske says the lawsuit stems from a meeting held by trustees in late June to reinstate Joseph Kankar as village attorney.
There was notice. We don't believe we violated any Open Meetings Act. The real reason for that meeting was the mayor was trying to relieve our village attorney, Joe Kankar, of his duties. And that was the last day that she could report to the board. It requires a reporting to the board of her reasonings no sooner than 5 days, no later than 10 days after her decision to relieve him. If she doesn't report to the board, the attorney is reinstated.
Geske said that he believes Kankar should be reinstated, even if the courts do find the meeting had been held inappropriately. He added the taxpayers of Manteno on the hook for the lawsuits either way.
Since the mayor has sued us trustees will need to retain separate counsel, which again will be on taxpayers' dime, it's a shame that the taxpayers are going to bear the cost of yet another suit brought upon us by the mayor.
Hearing in the case scheduled for next week. Manteno Mayor Annette Lamore speaking out about the lawsuit filed by the village against 4 village trustees regarding a meeting that was held by the trustees on June 25th to reinstate Joseph Kankar as the village attorney. In a written statement, Mayor Lamore said she did not attend the meeting because it was what she called a fake and imaginary meeting conducted outside the requirements of village ordinance and Illinois law. Mayor Lamore's statement goes on to say any actions taken during the meeting were invalid. At the heart of the issue is the mayor's appointment of Vicelli Law as the village attorney and the dismissal of Kankar from that position. In her statement, Lamore cites Illinois Municipal Code, which says the mayor or village president may appoint an attorney or corporate counsel with the advice and consent of the board. Lamore says a temporary restraining order has been filed in the case and is set to be heard at 9 o'clock next Tuesday morning. Newton County Punkin Vine Fair continues today at the fairgrounds just outside Kentland. Corey Groover, publicity director for the fair, has a rundown of some of today's events.
At 9 a.m., the 4-H Sheep Show begins. Also, the 4-H Horse and Pony Show. At noon, the 4-H Dairy Goat Show. And at 2 p.m., the 4-H Meat Goat Show. At 4:30, the 4-H Council Pork Chop Supper starts in the Green Building. And at 5 o'clock, the Carnival Company opens. The commercial building opens at 5 p.m. and bingo starts at 6. At 7 o'clock in the grandstand is the World Classic Professional Big Time Wrestling. And from 8 to 10 p.m. on the Heritage FS Free Stage is For Pete's Sake with their Irish folk band.
Fair runs through Saturday. There's a full list of today's events on the fair's Facebook page. An update was given on some of the bigger construction projects around the Village Bradley last night at the Bradley Village Board meeting. Director of Community Development, Matt Castilla.
There's a few issues. The 7 Brew, we're working on some construction issues that with the building. There were some things that came out on the building that was wrong, so we're fixing that. The owner of 7 Brew came out and wasn't happy with how the building was set up. So they're working on that. We got architects, engineers, and all that trying to fix that little building. We have Dutch Bros. That's under construction, but I believe there were some union issues. They came out and protested, so that's where that's at.
Castilla added the Longhorn Steakhouse, currently doing training at a different location, will send staff over once they're trained for the grand opening. He said Dutch Brothers construction's just started. Castilla expects the 7 Brew opening to be pushed back a month to August, with Longhorn Steakhouse opening on a similar timeline. Also at last night's meeting, the theme for this year's Lighted Christmas Parade was announced. The theme, Stars, Stripes, and Christmas Lights, honoring 250 years since the founding of our country. The parade planned for December the 4th. Float registration forms available starting tomorrow on the Village of Bradley's website. A motion and arguments for a change of venue for the upcoming murder trial of Xandria Harris was supposed to be heard in Kankakee County Circuit Court yesterday morning. Our Jake Lamore was there and has this report.
Rob Harris is accused in the 2021 murder of Bradley Police Sergeant Marlene Ritmanick and wounding of her then-partner, Officer Tyler Bailey. Harris's defense attorney, Sierra Norris, appeared via Zoom to say she has not filed the motion yet because she claims her office did not get an invoice for the transcripts needed for the change of venue motion until July 9th. Judge Kathy Bradshaw Elliott said the invoice for the transcripts was sent to Norris before July 9th. Norris and Kankakee County State's Attorney Jim Rowe will meet in Judge Elliott's chambers this Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon to discuss the jury selection process and rules, along with clarification on the affirmative defense. The trial for Harris is still set to begin August 3rd in Kankakee County Court. Norris could still file a motion for a change of venue before then. I'm Jake Lamore.
Bradley Village officials acknowledged one of their police officers during the Village of Bradley board meeting last night for his long-standing service to the village. Lieutenant Phil Trudeau was recognized for 25 years on the force. Lieutenant Trudeau spoke about what the village means to him.
I've lived in Bradley most of my life now, and I love this town. It's home, and your home deserves to be protected. So I come here every day with that goal in mind.
Trudeau given a certificate from Bradley Police Chief Don Barber. Lottery fever growing with well over $1 billion up for grabs this week if you combine the Powerball and Mega Millions jackpots. No grand prize winner in Monday night's Powerball drawing. That top prize estimated at $498 million ahead of the next drawing on Wednesday. Meanwhile, tonight's Mega Millions drawing worth $637 million. The cash option for that works out to $278 million. Bradley police investigating a home invasion. According to reports, it was just before 1 Monday morning. Officers called to a home on Yorktown by a person who said someone had entered their home without permission and beat them. The victim said they believed they knew the suspect. Bradley police continue to investigate. An update given at last night's Bradley Village board meeting on the upcoming National Night Out. The event, put on by local law enforcement and fire departments, takes place on Tuesday, August the 4th. Will feature live music, food, beverages, also fireworks, Salvation Army food drive, and more. The event takes place from 4 o'clock till dusk at the Perry Farm. There's a nationwide recall on a popular brand of pet food. Daria Albinger has the details.
The FDA has recalled 2 lots of Pedigree canned wet food for dogs because it may contain sharp fragments of metal or plastic. The 13.2-ounce cans of Pedigree high-protein chopped chicken and duck failed quality control by parent company Mars Pet Care and was supposed to be destroyed by a third party. Mars says instead the food was fraudulently funneled back into the marketplace and sold to unknowing customers. Swallowing sharp objects can cause choking in dogs and a number of serious illnesses, including gastrointestinal blockages. The lots recalled are listed on the company's website. I'm Daria Albinger.
In sports, Sox, Cubs, and Cards, all on Major League Baseball's All-Star break, the All-Star Game tonight in Philadelphia. Bulls got blown out by the Jazz 80-63 in the NBA Summer League action from Las Vegas last night. And the World Cup semifinals get underway this afternoon, France taking on Spain in Arlington. That is a look at news and sports here on this Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe, everybody. I'm Rob West.
This one time in Kankakee, the county sheriff was arrested. In November 1961, a historic legal standoff shook the community when sitting Sheriff Carl McNutt was indicted. Discover the facts behind an unprecedented state police intervention and a rare chapter in our local history. Listen to the newest episode of This One Time in Kankakee wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com.